Wonderful, wonderful. And we are back. We are now into part 2 of I Miss the Rains in Africa, which is to hijack a dog. Because there's I Miss the Rains in Africa was by Toto. Toto is the name of a dog in The Wizard of Oz. And you are stealing a dog, but maybe not going to Australia. We'll figure that out later.
Okay.
Maybe not right now.
Right. So,
I wouldn't want to go to Australia with non-awakened creatures. Can you imagine the paracritters running around there now?
Okay. So, does anyone of us have a doctor type, medical type contact or medical skill?
No, sorry.
Nope.
I have a couple points in first aid. Yeah, 1 point in first aid.
So, what I wanted to try to start working on is, for us that aren't doing matrix stuff, is one, trying to find a solution to neutralizing this animal so we can transport it. Whether that be narco-jetting it with the right dose of narco-jet, hitting it with the stun bolt, or and throwing it into a bag, or what. And two, I wanted to see the ward. I didn't want to try to push through it right now, just to see if I can assess it or see how much, if it covers the whole area. It's a pretty big ward.
yes. Well, if you would like to go astral and go check it out, you certainly may.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
Do you have an area knowledge or navigation skill?
No, but I really do need to get one.
Yes. So, where are you wanting to go astral from?
I think we're still in the bar, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. I'd be
Good
willing
damn-
to do a drive-by of the neighborhood, not inside the gates, but, do a pass-by, see what the gates and the guards there look like, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If two of us can go out and do that, just get some physical eyes on the outside and see if I can assess this barrier or this ward.
That does beg the question of how we're actually planning to get past the gate in the first place.
I would
Yeah, I think
we
suggest
were-
that
Well, I don't think any of us have a lot of social skills. I have barely any to speak of.
I can talk my way into some situations.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of performance.
So it'd be either we get a truck or find the ground crew that comes down on Wednesday, take their place, or bribe them to get their truck, or to come with them, get in that way, and hope we try to dodge the patrols and stuff, or we find a way to hop over one of the walls, get inside, and deal with the any spirit watching us and try to do it sneakily.
what do you guys think about the idea with the dog catchers? That we spoof an alarm that there's a dog running wild, and then we go in as dog catchers and check it out.
We would have to get into Winter's system.
Yeah,
Sure
they
they
would
would have
be
their own-
they would be
their own guide.
authenticating our verification for being there, which means at that point we could just fake any sort of authentication to be there.
Yeah, I mean, we could just have someone go in as a pizza boy and maybe have someone else in the trunk.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
people must be able to issue some sort of guest verification, or else you wouldn't be able to get delivery ordered, you wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
have friends over. What we could do is perhaps if we can hack into Janet's comlink, we could see what she does to verify her corporate buddies for their Thursday things, or what she did last Thursday to verify them, since it should, in theory, still be cached on the comlink.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let's just hope
That's
we don't find
possible.
anything absolutely horrifying in her browser history.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, I
I had
think either using her comlink or using an already established crew coming in, like an expected visit, would be trying to spoof a totally unexpected thing, I think would raise the most flags and be pretty dangerous.
Try to get us on the list.
Yeah.
So, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use the influence power on Watcher Spirits?
I don't know. Let's see.
I can't really think of any reason why it wouldn't work on them, other than that they can't do much.
Well, Watcher Spirits don't. If there's Watcher Spirits there, they don't have a direct mental link with the summoner. I don't believe so. So if they want to report anything, they have to go back. So if they all popped at once, they wouldn't know for a while. Or if I can get my Spirit of Man and summon a Spirit of Man in there, influence them to not bother us or not report us.
And they won't have a patrolling standard spirit, just the Watchers.
I'm hoping. Either way, a spirit with concealment power. If we needed to go stealth, concealment power, I believe, works on the astral.
It does, doesn't it? The thing is, I'm not going to really be able to hide from spirits because I can't see them.
Yeah. So if you want to go in as legitimate guys, I mean, it seems like a way. And then just come out of the house, load in a bag, and with the dog in it.
Yeah, and do any of you think it would be possible we could get a boat? Because apparently their neighbor has water access, so that could be an avenue of egress.
I'm just going to point out that we have 2 Matrix specialists. Why are we getting our own boat?
Mainly so we can avoid the ever watchful eye of God.
Once you get it, you can reboot.
You can also plug directly into the boat if we just walk you over to it.
Well, that's true.
Yep. That could be like a plan B to get out.
Well, I'm just thinking, even if we drug the dog, they might still want to search any vehicles we try and take out of the gate.
Yeah.
You know, here's a thought. We're thinking about how to use boats to exit. What about using one to enter?
Well,
that's
that goes
certainly a possibility, but they actually might still have some security on the bay. So not only would we have to dodge that, but we'd probably still have to authenticate why we're bringing a boat in, and we're not necessarily the owners of the dock.
Yeah, but if we find someone who's on vacation or something, we can jack theirs, have it boat whatever the equivalent of driving is for an aquatic vehicle out to
Pilot watercraft.
Wherever we want to move onto it. We board it, we ride it back in using the actual owner's credentials.
Can anybody pilot a boat?
No.
I think that's an interesting idea. My concern is that owners that go on vacation tend to let the security guards know that they're going to be on vacation. So if their boat suddenly starts going in and out while they're out of town, the security guys might notice.
Yeah.
Well, we could also, if we want then to distract them, we could use that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm all
that
for
is
using
true.
distractions.
Like, if we want to draw them away, we just get into someone's boat, tell it to drive out to sea, and hover around the edge of the security perimeter, and then we wait for them to wonder why a boat's hovering at the edge of their security perimeter.
Pilot watercraft
Perfect.
can be defaulted to reaction.
Fire and tits are what distract guards the best.
True.
So,
Well,
if you want
you
to
know,
just cause some mayhem, you can blow something up on the other side. Why we get the dog and then jump the fence, but that's going to get HRT searching the area.
Yeah,
When
we'd
we're
have to
talking
get
a
out before they
double
get
A
over to
zone?
this area.
Yeah.
I would rather not have the double A grade security poking around while we're still present.
Well, what if we do multiple distractions? We use a runaway boat, get the guards to one area. We hire one of the ladies who's maybe looking to supplement her income to approach the guards and distract them for a little bit. Um, we have a random, I don't know about the magical stuff, if you can make a spirit distract the watchers or something.
I can make a
On the opposite
spirit.
side of the neighborhood. If we hit them with a lot of little distractions spaced out, they might be more willing to overlook any mistakes we make and sum it up to, more little stuff if they've been getting hit all day.
And we can set fire to the house after we got the dog.
No, he wants it. He wanted it done in and out quietly.
Yeah, we don't want any damage to the property because that's going to draw attention to us.
He doesn't
Yeah.
want him to know that we were there to steal the dog.
I
I
mean,
think-
in an ideal situation, we can just have them like leave a door open and make it look like the dog ran away.
I think the better idea is either getting us on the list to go in, and then a vehicle with a good smuggling compartment.
Which I
And
have.
we need to find, that go in that way, get invited to the. They might ask why we're going to the house, but people aren't there, and we need a good story for it. Like we're there to install something. We work for this company, and we're upgrading their service to this, and we're just going to go around back and do it.
As long as
Uh,
we have an invite faked from them, it should
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or we spoof like we're with the groundskeepers or the
Yeah.
maids.
But
Yeah.
it's either that or we go full ninja. And I believe those are I think those are the two better ideas. But what I think we really do need to know how many guards are working the front gate. Because if we try to smuggle this thing out, I want to know how many guards we're going to have to deal with. If it's just one, maybe we can do some shenanigans.
Well, if we do a drive-by, we'll certainly see how many guards there
Yeah.
are. And
Think
I have
we
I have a flying eyes drone, so we might use that as additional coverage.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do a drive-by in a vehicle that we're not going to be using on the run.
Yeah, that would be a good
Yeah.
idea.
We could also, while we're nearby, possibly get one of our Matrix specialists into at least one of the drones, set it up with a passive feed to a burner comm link, and then you reboot. And we
Yeah.
will then have camera access until they catch the added behavior.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan. I mean, if you want to try to get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I will
who's-
go with whoever is planning on doing the drive-by.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll go.
I need to be on that. Yeah, I need to be on that drive-by so I can assess this ward.
Okay, that's 3 people.
Sounds like we're loading up.
Okay. What
should
vehicles
we-
do we have? I've got an Americar. We got a dirt bike.
A
Yeah.
dog
I've
series.
got my Artemis.
You've got 2
Well, we
have
sedans,
to-
2 motorcycles, and the public transit system.
We
Okay.
do have to. We have to be careful. Any vehicle we take near this place, we can't use on the run because they don't want.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to
Start
make sure we
fire.
had 2 sedans.
Does the
Sure, fire
Americar have a smuggling compartment?
No, it's just got a morphing license plate.
All right,
If
my
we're
sedan
so-
has a morph plate and a spoof chip and a smuggling compartment. I'm
Okay,
gonna keep
so-
it back here in reserve.
Perfect. Let's
Okay,
use mine
that
for the
works.
drive-by.
Worst comes to worst, I don't know if anybody has a contact with one of the car guys. We might be able to rent a truck or rent a van and paint it up.
Yeah, I do have contact with Big Bob, so we could get a 25-mile guarantee van if we wanted to.
I mean, I don't know how official it's going to look at the guys rolling up. Yeah, we're invited in this sedan. I mean, if we had a van or something that looked like we're doing work on the house, while they're
Mhm.
gone.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, well, we're doing this drive-by. Does somebody want to work the Big Bob and try and get us a work van or work truck to do the infill?
What we also should do is look into what the... I'm thinking the maid service is our best in.
I agree.
Because yeah, they would actually have reason to be in the house.
Yeah, and one thing I was thinking about the maid service is they're contracted to go in Wednesday mornings. If one of you computer savvy types can get us added to the maid service, get our vehicle added as one of their work trucks going in, but simultaneously take off whatever crew is supposed to be servicing the house we're going to, and swap us out for the fill wells, so we don't run into any other maids while we're there.
I think we can do that as soon as we
Yeah.
have the license plate for the truck.
That will raise questions on their end, though. Especially if they have a set of regulars.
Yeah.
Maybe they.
I'm gonna say one of us could probably just get on the crew, and then we'd have to leave it up to them. Basically, I don't think that's the best idea. It
I
also
mean, I'm not
depends
all
really
about
on
the
how
number
many.
of background checks that's going to involve.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you guys, I think the maid service will have less security than the security service. So if we can use their system to build an access pass for us, I'd prefer that route.
yeah.
How?
Okay, if you want to get on the maid service, I will try and hack one of the drones.
How close is the house to the edge of the like fenced off area?
So the fenced off area starts just off of the 520. Basically, like you take an exit, you hang a left, and then bam, the thing starts right there. So this is of the 2 or 3 mile stretch that this subdivision winds around. It is smack dab in the middle.
Okay. So that
I
kills
mean,
that option then.
if you're going to take the overland route and like go through a house and a backyard, you could be on the road in like a combat turn, but you'll have to smash through a wall to do it. Or it might be
I
a
was thinking
shrubbery.
Or climb over it.
I was thinking something like get in the house for some reason, levitate the dog out over the wall, and then pick it up and give it out.
Well,
We would still probably have to knock the dog out.
you run
Well,
into
yeah.
a
There would
ward
also
problem.
be the issue of the ward, yeah.
Should be able to cast inside the ward. The ward's supposed to stop things from coming out. Is it stop people stuff from coming out too?
It tends to be a two-way thing.
Both ways. Yeah. Yeah, I need to assess this ward. Just do the drive-by.
Okay. Well, it's getting on into the evening, so if you want to take an evening drive, we can go ahead and do that.
All right,
I will
let's do
go
it.
along on this drive since the sedan has room and I have really high perception.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good, the more
my
eyes
dro-
we get on, the better.
You want my
Is your
drone
cameras
coming along?
Yeah, camera's rolling on it.
Okay. And what sins will you be broadcasting in this vehicle?
Excellent question.
I only have one, so
What rating is it?
Well, I really hope it doesn't get burned.
it's a rating 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. If it gets burned, I'll be buying Kyoko as soon as I can.
Yeah, I guess I'll
Okay,
have to
I'm
use
sorry,
my...
I have my mic muted. I've got a rating 4 sin, but I haven't put a name to it.
What? How did you get through character generation without a name on your sin? That's like the first thing we ask for.
I think I just managed to slip through that.
I'm gonna have to go through and smack somebody in CCD then. Okay, no problem.
Okay, Nami Sukawaki.
All right. That sounds like a special I would get at the Benihana, but that's all right.
The name of my sin is Rusty Shackleford.
Scratch is running Merlin Pierce for rating 2.
Rating 2, rating 3, rating 4.
I am running the rating 4 sin keyed to UCAS citizen Vivian Gerard.
Awesome. All right.
And
So
I am being extraordinarily judgmental of all of your sin names.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
Go ahead.
What's wrong with
All
First
of them.
Shackleford? It's a classic.
I, I mean, I just literally
I
pulled
am
up a
giving
random
you-
Japanese name generator.
I'm giving you my most disbelieving look. All of you.
What? I got it in Japan.
What? I don't look like a Charlie?
If you guys get my best sin burned,
Yeah, we might want to take the guy who has the rating 2 sen.
Yeah. Although
I got a
he-
rate. I have a
he-
ratings 4.
don't we need him to though?
We're
Well,
just
no, I can take care of a drone. Actually, would be a better idea for him to try and hack the maid service and get us on the list of people that work for them.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and do the perception check to drive by first, and then I'll swing back around and do the host hack for the maid service.
okay.
Like, can we get by a show of hands how many people here have any biometrics keyed to their sin, which means rating 4?
That would be me, Tripwire, since it's
And me,
rating.
Grack.
Okay. That's actually not too bad then. So Grackle, Tripwire, and Amazon are going to be properly sinned up then.
Okay.
This is going to get bad. Okay.
Okay. When we do the perception checks, I'd like to just do a look at the security on the gate, the guards, see if there's any visible cameras, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to be focusing on.
All right. Well, the driving check is not going to be an issue because, like I said, it's right off of the 520, so it's very easy to get to this area. And as soon as everybody gets, off of the bridge over the Sound, out of downtown area, in order to get there, as soon as you get off of that freeway, the sound almost evaporates instantly. Like they've got some very high quality sound baffling to get rid of the noise and the chaos of the roadway as you come by this gated community. So let's go ahead and do the matrix perceptions, the visual perceptions, whatever perceptions you guys want to do, and do specify which one you're doing so I know how to respond to you.
Can I aid the matrix perception of someone else? Is that a thing you can do by like forwarding relevant icons to them or stuff like that?
If you have the computer skill, you can assist on a matrix perception, but
I do.
the number of successes you get is limited by the number of ranks you have in the skill.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get a lot of successes here anyway.
Did you want to go ahead and roll that? Because I'm going to be rolling matrix perception. Okay. Okay, so I got 3 successes.
Okay, let's see here. So, I'll start at the top with Hellraven. Do you feel comfortable with that level of success?
I'm going to keep it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I see that? Do I see that as a ward at all?
Yes, you see the ward. It is there. It is glowing. It looks to be an off-white, kind of like a cross between like this off-white and evergreen.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to miss a ward of that size.
I've known mages to do it before. All of a sudden, they're just like sitting there chilling, and they just ran smack dab into a wall that's not there.
Critical glitch on your assessing test.
You know it.
Spirit poked your eyes out.
Alright, so Grackle, visual perception on gate, guards, and cameras. So, First thing is first, you do see that the walls around this community are approximately 8 feet tall. They are solid brick, so you cannot see through them unless you have magical X-ray vision. Well, I guess that wouldn't be magical, would it? Anyway, the
It would be.
the tops of these walls have poles that stretch an additional meter above, so another call it another 3 feet. So you've essentially got 11-foot high walls. You cannot see anything between these poles. They look like they're just poles sticking up. And moving on to the gate. So the gate is in between an in-road and an out-road. Both are gated. It looks like there are 2 guards that are inside this guard shack at all times, and there is a patrol vehicle, looks like a Honda Artemis, as a matter of fact, that is parked next to that gate at any given time. As for drones, as you are driving by, you do see that there is a Mitsuhama Roto drone that has been painted in an off-white and evergreen color. And it looks like it is sporting a flash pack, and it may have some sort of weapon on it. You are not sure because it flew by so quickly. And it looks to be on a perimeter patrolling the wall. What else would you like to know? You did get many successes.
Does it look like there's any kind of electrical wire between those poles on top of the wall?
You specifically do not see any wire from where you are sitting in the car as you go by.
Uh-oh. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
I can't see it. It might be small. Is there
wireless?
Is it like a keypad or mag lock on the gate, or is it just the guards that open it and close it to let people in?
So you see that there is the guard shack that is there. You also see what looks like an RFID tag reader, almost like a maglock passkey reader that is right at the gate as well. So somebody can pull up and either transmit the RFID signal or roll down the window and pass a card with an RFID tag in it to open the gate. As for the gate going out, you don't see anything like that. More than likely, because you know from previous security tactics rolls and security procedures, that gate is motion activated, so you roll your car up close and the gate rolls open and you go through. The guards look to be specifically there to handle anything that is not able to access via the RFID tag.
Okay. For visitors, things like that. Got it. Thank you.
Yep. Let's see here. What do we have next? Matrix and Hot Sim for drones. 3 successes. 6 successes, because there was... No, wait, that's Amazon. Never mind. So 3 successes.
Yeah.
Within 100 meters, you are able to detect at least 2 MCT roto drones that seem to be on a fairly regular perimeter patrol. You do detect at least 2 Steel Lynx drones, one of which is in standby, one of which seems to be heading out of the 100-meter range on a road patrol around the neighborhood. You also see the devices that are the comlinks of the guards. You see the car. You do see smart links and automatic weapons because, hey, they're security guards.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about what you get with 3 successes. Amazon with 7 hits, you see basically the same stuff. If you want to get more in detail on something, I'll go ahead and give you 7 questions to ask in addition to what was already described.
Does the guard post appear to have its own communications equipment of any type, or would they be just on their generic comlinks and such?
You see, in addition to their generic comlinks, there is a hardwired panic button that they smack the panic button, and that's what calls
And
the
shit
HDR team.
happens.
Right. Shit. That's the shit goes down button. You are also able to see when I say hardwired, it is hardwired. It cannot be hacked. It is a button. And
It's a
wire.
literal wired connection, yeah.
Yeah.
And can I see where that cable goes? Does it lead to somewhere inside or to like an underground wire laid to wherever?
From what you're able to see, that wire goes down. You don't know if it runs across the floor or goes underground.
Okay. What are the guards' uniforms or equipment? As far as like, are they wearing like armor jackets in the winter colors or?
From what you can see, yes, they are wearing armor jackets in the Winter Systems colors. They do have, you can see 2 full face helmets that are hanging on a hook on the wall. Those full face helmets basically look like they've got the whole gas mask and visual enhancements combo that so many Shadowrunners like to use. You are also able to see what looks like a submachine gun that is on a hook on the back wall as well. And there is definitely a weapons locker on the back wall that looks long enough to handle long arms of the bolt action rifle, shotgun, assault rifle variety.
Or assault rifles if they happen to be in that sort of mood, probably.
Yeah. I would think that they would probably call in HRT if they really need it. But can I go ahead and cast Static Veil on myself in the Matrix?
Yes, you can weave your internet magics.
Weave it. Okay. So,
Well, one interesting thing is that I happen to also have an electrochromic armor jacket, so if someone could hook me up with a pattern for their colors, I would be able to at least briefly wear it and possibly fast talk anyone who asks too many questions. And with one of my spare questions, how attentive do the guards look? Like, are these guys seriously, like, the usual AA ultra on point? Is there a weak link obvious between them?
So, current time is about 7 p.m. These guys at this point are looking kind of alert, as if you just missed a shift change. So they're still pretty. One is kind of keeping an eye on vehicles as they go by. You do kind of see him look over the car as it goes by. The other one seems to be intent on a set of screens. And you can't see the screens yourself, so you're not sure what he's watching, but he seems to be surveilling, because that's what security guards do.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet it's either hardwired cameras or wireless cameras or the drone's cameras, and I'm not sure which.
okay. That was 3 successes. I just needed a threshold 2, so I've got that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry I messed up the resist roll, but
it looks like you got 4 successes.
I
on
didn't take
resisting your fade.
Yeah.
So you're not feeling faded. Good. So you are you are static and veiled.
Yes. So my Overwatch score won't go up due to time.
Okay.
It'll go up due to my actions, but
Good to know.
That is incredibly powerful, wow.
yeah.
The closest thing that a Decker has is the fly on the wall program.
And that just reduces it to 1d6 per 15, I want to say.
Something like that.
Okay.
Wow, being able to completely negate the overtime is just...
Now, if I wanted to get an image link from one of the roto drones, or get the archive, would I need to hack the roto drone, or would I need to hack the controller?
You would probably want to hack the roto drone.
Okay.
Keep in mind that if you hack the drone, you'll get a mark on whatever it's slaved to anyway.
This
That's
is
true. I was thinking about Puppeteer, which doesn't require marks, but it would allow me. It would force it to perform a matrix action.
Could you force it to perform the matrix action of inviting 3 marks from you?
That would be a control device and will require 3 marks on it.
And he'd
Sad.
have to be the owner of the device.
Well, I know that some actions
have
like
admin.
spoof allow you to fake an owner command.
Mm-hmm. Puppeteer, you push resonance commands into a target, forcing it to perform a matrix action. Pick a target and a matrix action for it to perform, and make a software plus resonance level versus willpower plus firewall, with a threshold based on the type of action. So I guess it would be a complex action for it to send its archives to me or to maybe Scratch's deck.
Yes, that would be.
Okay, so I would need 3 successes, 3 total successes. All right, let me just take a moment, read all over this. We just want to be able to see when the family is coming and going, right? Guys,
Say again?
we just want to see when the family usually leaves and usually comes home, right?
Yeah. knowing they're all
Also,
at
it
the
would
house.
be if we could see how smooth the waving in of authorized vehicles is, that would be useful, but not necessary.
Okay.
For the
All right.
most part, I feel like we only need them to avoid questioning this until we can be clear with the dog.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
As long as our stuff holds up for one day, it shouldn't be that big of an issue if the maids go, "Hey, we were delayed for a party that never happened."
I don't think the maids will care that much. I mean, they're contracted cleaners. How invested can they really be?
Hmm.
I think the only problem is that we need their RFID pass, and the only thing it might trigger if it's been used twice. We want to make sure we get in before they do.
They also might be doing several houses back to back.
Yeah, they're gonna have them going through different houses. So
Yeah. I just want to make sure we're not in the house at the same time as the maids. That's really my main concern.
mhm.
We could either just figure out when they're going to be there and hit in their off times, or we could fake something like a note from their manager or something saying that, oh, this house has requested that you swap them with their neighbor so that they can finish something up in the morning.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and try Puppeteer on the nearest roto drone. I want it to send me the archives for the past week of its video feed. So I will need 3 marks. Well, no, not 3 marks. I just need 3 successes on the Puppeteer roll. Okay, so
You are having it send that to like a burner comm link or to your living persona.
good point.
I have a perfectly good meta link right here that I'm willing to dismantle after the run. And that way it can't be traced back to you directly.
Okay, that would be, yeah, that burner metalink would be good. I really need to get myself a couple of burner comm links. Head down to the Apple store sometime.
What rating of Puppeteer are you using?
I am going to, well, first I need to see here, it's software plus resonance. I'm going to use level 4.
Level 4, alright. Do keep in mind that this is a complex action, which means that your net hits will have to be 3 in order to make this successful.
Okay. So 12 plus hot sim bonus. And that is resisted by the willpower plus firewall
Okay.
of the roto drone.
Okay. So that gives you your complex action.
And it will send the archives to that burner comlink as soon as it can make another action.
Okay. So after about 3 seconds, the burner com link in question says that it is receiving a large file. And after about 20 seconds, the file is complete, and you have a dump of the security footage for the past week.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to temporarily disable the wireless of the Metalink, and then I'm going to hand it off to the Technomancer and say, make sure it's clean or whatever, and then download it and get it onto our stuff.
First, he's
And
going
that
to
way
have to
it
roll
will
his
never
fade.
have wirelessly.
Yeah, I do need to roll my fade, so that will be resisting 8 fade.
You'll be fine.
I won't knock
You'll be
myself out this
fine.
time if I don't roll well. Okay, 4 fade.
4 fade.
And the important part to me is that wirelessly it'll have never interacted with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see that there's a ward, you have a bunch of surveillance data, and you have seen the number of guards and other things as you drive by.
We need if we're dead set on going in as these maids and using their company access to the area.
We should probably know their
Yeah.
uniforms.
We should probably know who they are, know what their van looks like. We might just have to steal their van from them while they're going there. And that way they can't go. We'd leave them tied up with a comm link somewhere, and by the time they figured out anything happened, we're already in and out.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Is Big Bob? Does Big Bob operate 24/7, or would we need to wait until he opens tomorrow?
Big Bob can operate 24/7, although if you're calling after business hours, you're going to pay a premium for what you want to do.
Okay, well, I was thinking about a 25-mile guarantee van delivered tomorrow if we can find out what type of van the maid service uses.
You'd also have to get it painted the right color and everything.
Yeah, well, could we put electrochromic on a van such as that on a 25-mile guarantee?
So Big Bob does
feel
know a
like-
guy. However, if you were to go that route, you would not have it in time to run tomorrow morning, unless you
Okay.
pay a premium. Like they can rush it, but you're already paying 25% of book. You're probably going to get a vehicle that will die after 25 miles, and you're going to be spending probably another 15 to 25% of book in order to get the electrochromatic coating on as a rush job.
Mm.
That
Okay.
is a serious cut into our profit margin over
Yeah.
Borrowing
something
the
that I wouldn't call super reliable.
Yeah.
I think it might be both easier, faster, also cheaper, and possibly also safer to compromise one of the vans from the actual maid service. We might want to look into them tonight.
Yeah, if
with
we
the
could find
time
that
out
would
we
be
have
good.
left.
if we could find out the ones going to this site and kidnap them, tie them up, and have somebody sit on them for an hour or two. Everybody else goes in, grabs the dog, comes out.
We don't even necessarily need
can't have
to
that-
be
we can't have-
that extreme with it.
We can't have them calling up like, "Hey, we just got our shit stolen."
Yeah, I got a buddy who does some heavy lifting sometimes. We could pay him to sit on them, let him go after a couple hours. I like that idea a lot more.
And then worst comes to worst, we'll have the Matrix support there to hack that damn RFID thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
they've
if we-
got to have some spare
Go ahead.
vans sitting around in case one of them has an engine failure or something.
But we
Which
still have
means-
to deal with.
We can
We still have-
secure an extra van instead of one that's scheduled to be used. The
But we
question
still
then of getting the maids out of the way, I think, could be easier handled by telling them to be somewhere else.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, they
So
were.
then
they're-
you're putting everything on being able to hack that scanner.
We wouldn't need to. They would probably have the van set up to activate the scanner, since they're a regular service.
Actually,
They would probably be contracted.
if the
are
RFID might be
contracted.
on the van itself, if we could swap the RFID off of that van and onto the one we take, or the other way around, they would get held up at the door for not having proper authentication after we've gone through. Which simultaneously would distract the guards and get us through. But it would also create the possibility of a complication on the way out once they've resolved what's going on there.
Yeah, gonna say they would probably be like, "Well, we're supposed to be here today. I don't know what's going on." The guards would be like, "Well, somebody."
And then they
already
go,
came through."
"You already checked in."
And at that point, we take the water exit.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'd need to grab somebody's boat.
We would have
and-
to plan out a water exit first before I would feel comfortable
Which would pretty
relying
much-
on it.
Which was pretty much
'Cause-
be get in a boat, have a water spirit, push the boat. Let's go.
Can anyone here actually drive a boat? I can't even swim, let alone operate
I
a
can-
cigarette smuggler.
I can swim and I can fake the boat.
I could maybe
I can't
figure
do
it
it
out.
well, I can't do it fast, but I can get it moving where we need it to.
I'm gonna say I could probably get it to do what we want it to do, but there's no guarantees.
Okay, so that's kind of plan C for exfil.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You could always knock the guards out.
Oh god, no. They're going to have biomonitors.
Yeah,
They are
no.
absolutely going to have
Yeah.
biomonitors.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
let's
moment
not-
one of them goes unconscious, we're known.
I mean, worst comes to worst. I mean, God, I just don't know how. No, I can't even do that. Never mind.
We would have to
Damn.
replace their biomonitor signal
Yeah.
with a loop of the healthy one.
That's getting pretty complex. Let's try and keep it a little simple.
Yeah, that's why I want to just not mess with the guards as much as possible.
Yeah.
Let's
We-
find this maid services van.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
can we we should look up the company name and where they're based out of here.
That would be good. Can I go ahead and start looking through the footage and try and find a still of the maid company's vehicles?
Yes, you may. Give me a matrix search. This will be an extended test.
I will add to that.
I will add that to that as well.
Okay, y'all roll first. So, 1 success. And 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Keep going.
Oh, they doing the. You guys gonna do the matrix search extended as well? I thought they were assisting me.
I was assisting whoever has the highest pool. I don't know which of you that is.
I think,
think you
it's
have-
both Trip and Scratch.
Yeah.
I'd say let's have Scratch do it then, and I'll just assist him, and that way we can put Tripwire on something else.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
I
that-
roll one. I roll one more dice.
Yeah.
four
What I
successes.
Oh god.
No, that's
Well,
just
that
the
would have
additional
been
dice.
on it. That would have been in addition to the
Yeah.
above pool, so it's not bad.
No,
It's not
for a
great.
moment I thought that was Grackle rolling in assistance.
Whoop. Okay.
All right. So you've got 4 successes. Go ahead and keep going. This is an extended test.
Does the roll degrade for
It does.
the extended? Does it also degrade for the person assisting?
Mm-hmm. If you are going to continue to assist, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I put the 2 karma into a point of computers when I realized how useful it was.
Uh-huh.
Very
'Cause I'm
useful.
like, you know what's great for stealth? being able to do matrix searches and matrix perception to actually see hidden icons.
Okay, that's one success on the assist roll. Scratch, are you continuing to matrix search?
Oh, sorry. I was.
Yeah, so you'll be doing 13 again, because 12 plus 1.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Oops.
Wrong post. Here we go. Oh, awesome.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good.
That's not a good.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
I would like to roll edge on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Here we go. So it's 4.
Okay, so after a half hour, you are able to clearly get an entry and an exit of the maid service as it's doing its rounds. And it looks like they come in and out at the same time every day. And so they're hitting houses on a set schedule. So at 9 a.m., you see a vehicle that has one of the company names on the side. It looks like a Ford Americar, and it says CAF Custodial Services.
All right. And I'm adding all this stuff up in the upper right for anyone wondering. We are going to be doing this with the... We need the Artemis's smuggling compartment anyway, so... The Americar wouldn't have afforded us that much of an advantage.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, ah!
And so that will go in at 9 o'clock every day. At 3 p.m., that car leaves.
Okay, well, I mean, we could probably see what their fleet consists of. If it's all Americars, then we might just have to throw the dog in the trunk.
Or borrow one of their backup cars.
That's true too.
The one thing you do notice is that these vehicles are not searched coming in or out. If they've got the RFID tag that opens the door, the guards don't even bother.
So as long as there's no active alert, there won't be any scrutiny.
Yeah, are they even looking at the faces? Are they?
You don't see anything from the security shack itself because this is the drone on its regular patrol. Yeah. So you can't see what the guards are doing, but you see that the car basically rolls up and it slows, and then the gate opens up, and as soon as the gate's open, the car drives through, and it's the same thing on the way out.
Okay, well, yeah, all we got to do is get one of their cars, I guess.
And then you have to ask how many people are going in, because stuffing 5 people into a sedan.
Yeah, that's the question. What kind of team are we looking at for the maids?
Give me a
Hello,
matrix.
yes, we are twice as many maids as normally arrive, and we are definitely not Shadowrunners. Please wave us in.
Give me a matrix perception roll.
Okay, I'll take care of that. All right. Okay, so I had 3.
in the car, so I'm not insisting.
Okay, 3 successes.
All right. So with 3 successes on Matrix Perception, you do see that the drone security footage also includes device IDs. You can see 4 Comlink devices inside the Samara car, and you do see at least 4 devices in the trunk. It looks to be attached to cleaning equipment. And they do look to be all wireless, so you are fairly certain you can fit 4 people in the Americar, or maybe 5 if you want to roll somebody into the trunk.
Anybody want to? Anybody want to ride in the trunk?
Do I have the
I
weakest
will
ID?
probably. I should probably
don't
be the
think
one
so.
driving, since I think I'm the only one with decent reaction.
Do I have the weakest ID?
No, that's
You
me.
have the rating 2, don't you?
I'm a rating 3.
It's Scratch
Someone
that
has a
two.
rating 2. Scratch has a rating 2.
But Scratch also has a rating 4 that I can run, but it's kind of German, so it would raise suspicions.
Well, I mean, mine's Japanese, so
Yeah.
but that doesn't raise a whole lot of suspicions. I think.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, honestly,
So not
global
really-
economy, worker migration, etc.
So, I'd say
Alright.
if my rating is the rating 3 is the lowest, then I guess I have to get in the trunk. Because if it's going to be anybody, it should be the guy who has the lowest sin.
Well,
It
I don't know
might
if I'm going to be using my
also-
rating 4 for when we actually go through that gate,
Yeah.
because it's tied to my my lifestyle.
We might
The
want
same here.
someone running information warfare outside of the area as well.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm happy to stay outside.
How hard do you know how hard of a scan they were doing on the IDs when the cleaning crew went through, or was it just
Honestly, they
used
were
the-
probably only saying, "Oh, we have 4 people. Cool, go on in."
yeah?
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like they only cared that there was an RFID chip broadcasting.
I mean, I
So-
don't think the guards could verify faces from that far away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to any reasonable degree.
So
Okay.
it looks like what we need is some regular RFID chips to put in the back, so it looks like we have some cleaning material or cleaning devices.
Well,
And,
hell, in the
uh,
We
morning
could
we can
easily
buy a
just fake. I
Yeah,
have
we
a
can just go
ton
buy
of
a
standard
vac-
tags.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
some
same
standard tags back there, so it looks like we're carrying cleaning stuff, and then the RFID pass.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yes.
if we get one of their cars, then we could probably also get some of their equipment as well.
Yeah.
But
They're
Well,
probably
might
going to be
rip it off.
preloaded.
yeah,
And is the car what has the pass, or is there like a badge that one of the employees used to get in?
Yeah,
I think it was the car, right?
Okay.
it could be linked to a police then.
We should be able to tell with a matrix perception test once we're on site at the CAF custodial building.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez.
So at this point, we've gone for a second hour. So let's go ahead and take a quick 5. I think you guys have a pretty solid plan here. And we'll go ahead and move on to the execution phase when we get back at about, let's go ahead and do 12 after.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Okay.